Constitution. Sexism, we don't have that. Okay? We don't have that at all. All right. So our next one is elite democracy. Okay, what do we think elite democracy, guys?
Only elite can vote.
Okay, what classifies somebody as an elite?
Stream.
Okay,
More than
Live.
300,000 a year.
more than 300,000 a year. Okay. Anything else?
What does define rich these days? Is there an actual definition?
I don't know. I'll never make enough money to be considered that, so I'm not even thinking about it.
No,
All right,
one
so
man's rich, the next
elite
is
democracy. The official definition, and I'll shorten it on the board.
sad, but
But the official definition is elite democracy emphasizes limited participation by a few well-educated and informed statespeople who are qualified to direct the nation through lawmaking on behalf of the people. Okay? Elite democracy,
can you promote it on your channel?
you educated. What's the second part of that? And informed.
If you're my only viewer. Get everyone in your next classes to the Rock Alive. I'll be live next period. Great post.
Okay. So, elite democracy. Few educated, informed people who are qualified to make decisions on behalf of the people. Okay, do we see elements of elite democracy in the United States today?
Yeah.
Okay, what are some examples?
The House of Representatives.
House of Representatives, okay? Anything else?
The cabinet.
Okay, cabinet, good. Good. Okay, presidential appointments,
Hold up.
absolutely. Anything else? Thinking of one really big one. It was the first form of elite democracy that got passed in the Constitution.
The founding fathers.
I write this number that will help you.
Electoral college.
The Electoral College. Okay? The Electoral College is the first form of elite democracy in the United States. Okay? Because, and that was actually Alexander Hamilton's argument. Okay,
Chat, do we buy this?
Okay. So we see elite democracy in electoral college where parties nominate delegates to pass votes to actually make things official, right? Does the popular vote actually matter in the United States? The only thing that matters is our electoral college votes, okay? Once we get into that later, we will
Chat,
see
how do I buy a baby?
that the electoral college doesn't actually have to do. We actually had it happen in 2017 where we had senators refuse to vote. It doesn't happen often, but it is possible to happen.
Baby.
All right, I'll write it over here. Our next one is pluralist democracy.
You can have it. Well, I'll show you the boy I go.
I want a boy.
Okay, what do we think of pluralist democracy is? Okay, multiple, no, multiple what?
Are you gonna make him play
No.
soccer? You better not.
Not either.
Organization branches.
Sort of voters, in a sense. Not necessarily branches.
No, looking for a baby.
Okay?
Multiple people who vote on certain things, they don't vote on, I don't know.
What do I have to pay?
Is this real?
I don't know. No. Let's keep going. Keep it a minute, still Biden.
Okay, pluralist democracy is group-based. Okay, it's group-based activism by non-governmental organizations that are trying to gain political influence. Okay, so things like the NRA, the NAACP, all of those things are vying for political influence in Congress. But what it does, it means an everyday person like George could join the NRA because it is a cause that he believes in, and he can throw money at them to get them to go lobby on his behalf. And they're trying to impact this political decision-making process. They're trying to get money to the right hand so that they can have a bigger say in government itself.
It's activism by who?
By NGOs,
And
non-governmental organizations.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, pluralist democracy is kind of a middle ground between these two. Okay. It's a middle ground between those two. It was essentially seen as compromising in some way or another. Okay. So it has this idea of interest groups, average citizens pulling resources to try to gain influence, right?
They know.
Are we stronger as a mass or stronger as an individual when it comes to political influence? What? As a mass, yes. Okay. So it's these people trying to pull influence by
Next
grouping
lecture,
together.
we'll have a baby.
Okay, but there's an interest group that often gets overlooked as being an interest group. Anybody guess what that interest group is? Who else?
Haley
And
Welch.
federal government advocates on behalf of people. State government.
both of the masses.
The way our entire government is set up has this element of
Alleged
pluralist democracy, because what happens? We elect state representatives that go to the House, go to the Senate to advocate on behalf of the state, right? So it's this idea that there's this balance between, okay, if we have a system that is set up where you get 2 senators and X number of House of Representatives based on population, and we all send you to Congress, that conflict forces you to compromise. Because what is good for California is not good for Wyoming, right? Or what is good for Wyoming is not good for what is New York. We all have different interests and different needs. So the state government operates as an activist for the people within the state. Okay, so don't overlook states in that argument. All right, so I'm going to kind of tell y'all where we see some of this stuff. I've gone over it a little bit already. Part of what your FRQs will require you to do is make connections between founding documents and these types of democracies. Okay, so our Constitution, we see all 3 of these written into our legislature, right? The idea behind representative government. Okay, so how we elect people is directly related. How do we elect members of the House of Representatives? Yep, direct voting, right? The only time that we have indirect voting is for who? President, right? So other than the president, we have participatory democracy within the Constitution, right? The pluralist model, okay? The easiest way to describe the pluralist model in there is exactly what I was talking about earlier. How states compete to pass laws, how constitutional amendments are concerned, all of that falls under pluralist democracies. That's why we have lobbying, right? The lobbying efforts of Big Pharma, of the weed lobby, the NRA, all of those are pluralist democracies that are allowed built into our Constitution. Okay. And then Federalist 10 we'll talk about tomorrow, because I want to get this handed out to y'all. So Federalist 10 and Brutus 1, that is your
You
homework
watch it.
readings tonight. We are going to discuss them tomorrow. They don't take very long. Since I put in the easier way of reading them. So we will talk about those tomorrow and how they relate to these three things. So unfortunately, because they don't allow me to teach this the way that I want to teach it, I have to have random daily grade speed tests. So we're going to do random daily grade.
Freestyle rap battle.
That's not rap battle.
I mean, you can. Really, really easy.
Yo,
You
that's democracy. Another really cool.
It's all you can see. When you're over at the school, because you OD. Drug test didn't.
Oh, I thought we were going like bar for bar. But
know, the homework is Federalist 10.
You can do that.
no, just forget it. I'm gonna fight you in the school bathroom. Not like
Right in the school, man.
I actually could
You put up what?
Guys, should I fight George in the school bathroom? Press 1 for yes, 2 for no.
Okay, so this is pretty easy to do.
Everyone say
On
100.
the front list, the 5 metrics that are used to measure democracy. The next page on the back, it has 5
Everyone say
metrics and their descriptions. You'll read through that, and on this last page, you are going to say yes or no whether or not you have an element of democracy. If you say no, put a note down at the bottom for why you say no. Some of them you may not have enough information, right? So you will just put the question mark in there of maybe. Okay? Does that make sense?
Pretty easy to do.
Tomorrow, Federalist 10 and Brutus 1, make sure you read it before we come in tomorrow. What about here?
I gotta start promoting. I don't know. Yeah, we're live. Hey, what up? Yeah. No, phone's on. Where's George? Hey, are you promoting? Yeah. Even run up the live. No, run up the live. Morning, Sterling. Run up the live. I got a network. Yo, we're live. Hey, yo, we're live straight from school. What even? Wait, are you actually live? Yeah, I'm live. You on what? On YouTube. Yo, what's good? I got 1 viewer. It's George. Actually, I have 0 viewers.